I like, click, subscribe, do all that. You know what time it is. It's Netflix time. This movie's called Xtreme. In this fast-paced, action-packed thriller, a retired hitman, along with his sister and a troubled teen, takes revenge on his lethal stepbrother. It's a Spanish action-adventure film that's an hour and 52 minutes long. Spoiler alert, let's get it.
So we start off with this guy named Maximo. He's talking about some business deals. He works with this guy named Lucerno, and Lucerno has a meeting with this guy. So Lucerno wants a moniker of power or whatever like that, and he's going to give him $500,000. And I guess he's buying property and other stuff. Lucerno's dad is concerned about these negotiations. And this is Maria. You'll find out more about her later. But instead of giving the guy $500,000, he gives him his son's head in a bag. What the fuck? See, the thing is, Lucerno's not buying out nothing. He plans to just take over, period.
And I'm guessing he has the Yakuza backing him up somehow. It's like, what the fuck?
When all hell breaks loose, Maximo goes start shooting, and these niggas lace everybody. So after they give niggas the business on the upper level, they go down to the lower level and start lacing niggas. Like, no, dead serious, everybody gets done. This part had me tripping. This guy was burning in green flame, and he just lights a cigar on him. It's fucking hilarious. And I thought the lab assistants were gonna get away, but nope, he wants everybody done. You think this one's gonna be saved just because he's gonna try and get some information from him? Nah, he don't give a fuck, he gets done too. Now, Max was supposed to have this last job with Cyrano. After he did this, he was like, look, you go on vacation, take your son, you know what I'm saying, do whatever you need to do. He's like, I'm gonna miss you, man, you know what I'm saying, you're like a brother to me, dog. So he goes back home to get his son and his babysitter. Cyrano's got beef with his dad. But wait, what's this? The babysitter's paid off? What the fuck did she do? She ended up giving the guy in the van the house keys. Meanwhile, back at the spot, dad don't like the way Cyrano's doing business. Maria just observing, she don't know what to think right now. Now this is Lucerno's real right-hand man who just turned on all the guards. He was murking all them niggas. Maria snuck the fuck up out of there. Then he turns around and kills his own dad. It's like, damn. As Maximo's son is playing the guitar, he says he hears a noise downstairs. Niggas coming through the door. Max, what's good? Then he's fighting off all these niggas. One dude he couldn't fight off was a guy named Felino. And Maximo's son is playing dead, but he's hiding under the couch. And he's trying not to move. But this motherfucker shoots up the couch and ends up killing Maximo's son. Damn. This nigga goes outside, presses a button, and blows up the car and the house. So you thinking to yourself, damn, Max is probably dead too. The babysitter got paid off to get a location. That's some foul shit. And all this mayhem happened within the first 15 minutes. 2 years later, we're introduced to this guy named Leo and his best friend Kim. He's a school kid selling pills and stuff. He trying to get by on these streets, but he ain't trying to do this stuff forever, you know what I'm saying? Meanwhile, we see a shadowy figure doing kickboxing in the garage. Who is that? Then we get a glimpse of Leo's life and why he has to sell stuff on the streets. He's basically the only one in the house with a job, including his dad that can't move, his mom that just cooks all day, and he's got a little brother too. But he still makes the time to give him a birthday present. It ends up being like a Game Boy or a PS2 or something like that. It ain't got a name on it, probably a PSP or something. Later on he gets a phone call from this asshole. He keeps trying to get him to sell pills outside of this club. Now the Russians don't want him selling pills outside of the club, but because his manager's doing it, Leo's forcing him to. And for his troubles, he ended up getting caught and getting his ass whipped. But then this shadowy figure comes from out the blue and promptly whips both their candy asses. He tries to thank him, but then he just dips off. Yeah, the mysterious guy just goes right back in the garage. But then he says something else to him, and then the guy invites him in. But who's the guy? It's Maximo. He's still alive. But how? Well, anyway, put some disinfectant on his face gets him cleaned up, and he asks him about his son's guitar, says he plays guitar, stuff like that. Next thing we see is this guy chilling and gets a gun put in his face. Filipino and the boys start wrecking shit, and they're looking for somebody named Papa San. And they start murking niggas until Papa San raises a hand. Now, Papa San is the head of one part of the Yakuza, and Lucerno needs her to resign so he can step up. But she's not going to endorse her because she thinks at this point he's crazy. Take a guess what happens. This nigga Filipino chokes her to death and tosses her to a damn table. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, the kills in this movie are beyond insane.
More moments between Leo and Max. And because he tuned his guitar, he actually trained him a little bit. Now we got this guy talking to Lucerno, who's been hiding out for 2 years. See, Lucerno's got to go to this consulate meeting. Once the ceremony's complete, he'll be untouchable. So that's why he's about to come out of hiding. Meanwhile, dude calls up Leo, tells him to go outside the club again so he can sell. But Leo's like, yo, them fucking Russians are gonna try to attack me again. But he doesn't even care. He's like, yo, just get it done. Leo tried to get away, but they ended up finding him. And they think he's been scamming out the top. Then they put his hand in the door and just slam that shit. Kim comes to Max's garage looking for Leo because nobody's seen him. And now he's concerned trying to figure out what the fuck happened to Leo. Leo did give him his number, but he hasn't been answering. He ended up finding Leo in the church, and he saw what happened to his hand. You already know what time it is. Max about to go handle some business. So Max gets somebody to pick up Leo. Turns out it's Maria. Max has been working with Maria for like 2 years. And it turns out Lucerno also killed her dad too. So it's like she wants revenge just off GP. And they've been plotting how to get this man for like 2 years now, and he's finally about to come and surface himself. And she's mad at Max like, man, I gotta deal with this shit now. So these niggas try to get in the Russian club. Come to find out they actually work for Lucerno. They're Lucerno's boys. But Max pops up in the bathroom, he don't give a fuck about none of that, and he starts whipping ass. And for a long time, he's beating these niggas up. He gets the information he wants, then he slams his hand in the damn door. Karma served. Then they go back to Maria's spot, and they get some training in. It's like this angry love-hate relationship, the tension and all this stuff. It's like they're too strong-willed for their own good. But considering everything that's happened to them, I get it. He about to get in the shower with a tap them cheeks, giving the business. Because this crazy motherfucker Filipino, he gives him the info about getting jumped. As soon as he mentions the name Maximo, he's like, that motherfucker's still alive. He just suffocates this nigga. Look at his face though, how he's looking at the hairdresser. So Maria and Max are trying to protect Leo, but Leo's trying to go out on his own. He's got to take care of his family and all that stuff. Max like, I'm gonna walk with you just in case. Fuck that shit. But a nigga was waiting for him to get back to the house. Max ran up on him, snapped that nigga neck, done deal dead. Yeah, Leo, that shit was crazy. He's like, ain't nobody inside. There was just somebody waiting outside. I'm about to go check on my brother, see what's good. When he goes outside to check, oh man, his brother's dead as shit. And Filippo's been waiting on him. Turns out the rest of his family dead as shit too. And all these niggas come out of nowhere surrounded him. And here comes Maximo like, fuck this shit, let's get it. Maximo whipped ass with Filippo, got behind him somehow, and then somehow Leo got the gun. Leo looks over and sees his mom dead as shit. Leo busts him in the shoulder and hit this nigga up, that deal dead. No, he wasn't dead because Filipino got away. Filippo got away. Leo's got bad aim. Now Maria's got to take care of Max because he got injured. Maria's trying to keep Leo together because Leo's all the way fucked up right now. Then we get a flashback to how Max is still alive. Maria saved him somehow. She dragged him out of the rubble. But even after dragging him out, how the hell did he even survive the explosion though? Well, anyway, later when niggas came through, they found a garage. And I swear, this garage scene, he did the most ridiculous kills in life. This nigga used every tool you could possibly use, like fucking hammers and ratchets, screwdrivers, pliers. You threw him with the cars, crushing the fuck out of him, shooting niggas with nail guns. Yeah, this fight scene alone felt like 20 minutes, yo. The car crush thing was fucking priceless. Well, now he's on his way to Club 7 causing ruckus. Apparently, Max heard about some money being stashed there for Luciano. And he gives niggas thorough beatings. And he catches up with this nigga that knows about the money. Then he goes right back, gets all that shit. I think he said it was like 90 million. I was like, what the fuck? How you fit all that in one big ass trunk? He tells his man about the news. You already know Lucerno's gonna fuck niggas up. Max comes back with the car to cash. Leo's like, what the fuck happened? The stash. When Maria's gotta pluck another bullet out of Max. Getting off the helicopter is Lucerno. He's back. But he had to come back out here anyway because he heard about the 90 million stolen. Eating birthday cake because he's trying to spend it with his daughter. Now you gotta go rectify niggas. Hey mister, you do realize you're about to die, right? He tried to cut this nigga's tongue out, but because he kept squirming so much, he ended up poking a knife in his eye. Yeah, he done dealed his ass. Motherfucker, did you just eat my daughter's birthday cake? Now look here, man, we got finished niggas and finished niggas now. But the thing is, he don't know that Maximo is still alive, though. So he don't know who's really doing the beef. Leo goes out trying to handle business his own way. He's like, where's that nigga Filippo? But then he caught her from behind and started giving her the beat-in. I mean, it got uncomfortable the way he was just slapping him around, yo. He just was grabbing him, but just slapping him, yo. Just slapping the shit out of him, yo. Like, just cuz. And right when he's about to get him done deal, Maria comes just in the nick of time and runs him over with her fucking car. He gets fucking thrashed. She gets Leo so she can get him to the hospital. But somebody was following when they were getting the location. Well, anyway, Luciano finds out that Maximo was still alive and he's talking to Filippo, and how the fuck is he still standing? She hit him at 100 miles an hour at full speed into the car. The next day he just gets up walking around like it ain't shit talking to Luciano.
I mean, is this guy really that tough? Is he really Danny Trejo in disguise? What the fuck?
Back in the hospital, Leo all the way fucked up. Maria making phone calls to Max. As Maria's walking around, I think she senses something wrong. And out the corridors, this nigga Filippo pops out the blue, what the fuck? Apparently, Max has got his own problems back at Maria's house. Because this motherfucker finds him. Top of the one-on-one kung fu kicking melee, nigga. Hell of a battle, but at the end of it, he stuck a knife in his throat, done deal, deaded him. And now it's time for the parking lot, where they all ready for the presence of Lucerno and now for his congregation. When he gets in the elevator, he gets a phone call, all he hears is soft breathing. And he knows it's Maximo on the other side of the phone. He's like, yeah, you know what time it is, come get me, you little bitch. But before all that, Maximo goes to see Leo. Because Maria had left a message talking about this shit is over, I'm going to take Leo with me. But when she still finds out that Leo's still in the hospital, then it means one of two things. Maria's been kidnapped. But y'all figured that out the moment Felipe popped up and Maria was walking the other direction. Time for the final battle. What the fuck is this nigga gonna do against Max? He ain't gonna do nothing. Get your candy ass whipped. Max stripping nigga with the guns. Now he's got the guns. This nigga Luciano practicing in the den waiting on Max. And he was hopping back and forth from cars lacing everybody. And then there was one. He put it to Max's head, but then he said, nah. He's like, man, look, Lou's waiting on you. Top floor, nigga. And one of them niggas that was almost dead dropped a grenade. Explosive dodging for Max. Not so much for that nigga. Done deal dead as shit. And now it's time for the final battle. Sword play, let's get it. And it was back and forth with the slicing. And he pretty much had Luciano at his mercy. Then he pulled out his trump card. Filippo had a gun up on Maria. And now Max was at Luciano's mercy. Until Maria turned the tide and took the gun. It was back and forth until Maria and Filippo both crashed through the fucking glass. And then Serena was like, switch, I got that bitch, you get this nigga. He pours liquor on her head, about to set her on fire. But Max turns the tables and he gives this nigga one heart punch. And he died off that. Now I want you to understand something. This motherfucker's been hit by cars, he's been blown up, he's been tossed through windows, 5-story buildings and shit, and a fucking heart punch is what kills him. Exactly, what the fuck? Did this nigga not have enough Wheaties or Cheerios in his diet or something? Y'all don't understand how much this nigga was like Danny Trejo in the movie, and all of a sudden he gets hit with a fucking heart punch, and he's done! Then Max and Maria double team with this nigga, get him done deal dead. Luciano's dead. Leo gets out the hospital. They got the guitar, they got the cheese. The first time she smiled in the whole film, damn looking kinda sexy. They get in the car, they about to ride out. Leon even left something for his boo. You get a bag too. She gets a phone call from somebody, I don't know who. Bottom line, they live happily ever after. The end.
Bottom line, you want some mind-numbing, action-packed mayhem? This is the movie for you. It's all about revenge, beef, and money, and more beef. Xtreme on Netflix. Check it out. Like, click, subscribe, do all that. You're on top of this. Link, easy, easy, big star. Big. Could have got this slogan.